Good Monday morning, and welcome to our Impact Minutes. I thank you for joining us. I am Pastor Damon, lead pastor of Impact Family Church, and you are in for a treat. Um, we missed you the past few weeks, but I want to make sure that I grace your presence this week with our new series installment. This topic for this week is Don't Stop Believing. I have to steal a little bit from my Rancho Cucamonga high school days or my Damien high school days and following the song Journey. Don't stop believing. This particular subject we're talking about is 1 Samuel chapter 16, verse 13. And in that scripture, it's where Samuel had just anointed David the next king of Israel. The next king of Israel. Now, you know what he did right after that? After he was anointed the next king of Israel, he went back to work as a shepherd. He went back to do one of the lowliest positions, and he had been called and chosen to be the next king of Israel. Um, he would be hated on, he would be lied on, his life would be put on the line during those next, you know how long between being anointed the next king of Israel to actually being the king of Israel? 15 years. 15 long years. So what does that look like? That looks like God challenging you to be a business owner, challenging you to step out and do something different. That looks like God calling you to be a homeowner in 2022. But nobody in your family has ever become a homeowner. What does that look like? That looks like God challenging you and telling you to go back to school. But you barely made it through high school. And now he's telling you to go get your college degree. You got all this stuff going on. Don't stop believing, because if God said it, it's going to happen. David was anointed the next king of Israel, and it took him 15 years to get into that office. But what we miss is the process. We miss him still going back to work and watching over the sheep. You know, being that he was the youngest, that was one of the most lowliest of jobs. Even when Samuel met with Jesse, his father, and asked him to bring all his sons to figure out who was going to be anointed the next king, his own father didn't even call for him. He left him out there in the field because surely God hadn't chosen him. God is choosing you. You're the one. Be encouraged. Don't stop believing. If God called you to do something, if God gave you a vision, if God gave you a mission to do, don't stop believing. And keep others around you that are going to encourage you and not discourage you, because it's a process. And we want to make sure that we get through the process, because on the other side is heaven. On the other side is God's promise. It's the promised land. But I want to make sure this week that you know, don't stop believing, because the process, the other side of the process is even greater. So this year, as we start this year, as we continue on, I want to make sure that you don't fall off from what God told you to do. I want to make sure that you don't fall off from your New Year's resolution, and that you make sure that you don't stop believing, because you are just that important and you are just that valuable. I thank you for giving us this time. As I just popped in real quick, throughout the next few weeks, I'm going to be doing the same thing and making sure that we have a social media presence and social media footprint. So be on the lookout. You can go to our page at impactfamily.com, and you can follow us on Facebook, or on Facebook and YouTube, and that you can make sure that you stay like our Facebook, or excuse me, our YouTube page, so that you can get alerts when we go live, because I'll be going live throughout the week, and just helping to encourage. This next series is all about overcoming your fears and overcoming your challenges. It may be as large as a Goliath. We all have Goliaths in our life. You know, those are insurmountable tasks that we can't do by ourselves, but God is behind you, and God is championing for your success. So be on the lookout. Over the next few weeks, I'm going to uncover some ingredients to help you be successful in this new year. I want to make sure that I leave you with an invitation to join us. My wife and I are here in New Braunfels, and we are planning a church and a ministry here in New Braunfels. And I want to make sure that I can connect with you and you can do so to go online at impactfamily.com, leave your name, email address, and I'd love to sit down with you, have a cup of coffee, maybe sit down with you, your family, and just share with you the vision and what God has given us here in New Braunfels. Maybe you're not in this area, but you know someone. You're just surfing through our Facebook page or surfing through YouTube, and you see us online going live, but you know someone that is in the New Braunfels area that could help us to champion with us and be a part of our team, send them to our Facebook page, impactfamily.com. And again, we love to connect with them and share with them our vision and make sure that we leave them with understanding what we're doing and where we're going so that they can decide whether or not to be a part of our team. I'm more than sure you will want to be a part of our team because Impact Family Church is devised and principled on small groups. So, small groups, I believe, is a way to impact the world with the gospel of Jesus Christ by building relationships with men and women through small groups. And that's what we're here to do. The next group or the next thing that you can help us with is financial support at impactfamily.com. We have an icon on there that says to donate. And once you donate, you're going to be helping us to build and to grow as we plant this ministry here in New Braunfels, Texas. So I thank you. Know that when you give, you're giving to our organization. We're a tax-exempt 501c3 organization. So whatever you give can be used at next year as a tax write-off. And we thank you for your gifts that you've given us thus far. Be on the lookout for your giving statements. We're in the process of sending that out. Thank you for giving me this time to come into your living room as you're getting in your car, maybe getting ready to go for work. Make sure that you stay connected because I want to give you the keys and the tools to be successful and overcome your Goliaths in 2022. Thank you and be blessed and be impacted.
And every time I think of how great he's been, it makes me wanna testify. When I wake up in the morning, sun's on my face, I gotta